this.
Good morning. Sorry we're a minute late. We have some technical difficulty.
That's just the story of our life, really.
Yeah, we had like a toilet overflow yesterday in our furnace room, also in the drain. Water was going down the drain, and no one had any idea what happened. And it was that toilet.
Yeah.
Just, going everywhere. It's
Story
always
of our
something
lives.
exciting.
Yeah. Everybody running with mops, no big deal.
So welcome to Coffee Beanery Sip and Share. I'm Laurie.
I'm Patti.
Logan.
You kind of dared you to come in today.
Brittany is not here because she is stressed beyond. So we put our products on Amazon and they just disappeared. So, and everybody's like, no, they haven't been up for 30 days. It's like, we sold stuff like yesterday.
Yeah. It's just weird it's kind of like a weird gaslighting, like, oh, you haven't had products. And we're like, but in fact we have.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, they can only see the information that they have in front of them.
Yeah, but it's just weird.
Well, they're just such you're just so beholden to them. That's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, you kind of just have to, grin and bear it and pray for the best. But she's been dealing with it for a couple of days now, so good luck, Brittany. I hope it works.
I know. I came in this morning. She's just in the bathroom crying.
Oh, gosh.
Just frustrating. Good morning.
That's a lot. Good morning, Patti.
Morning,
I packed
Patti.
your order up on Monday. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for all the St. Patty's Day orders.
Yeah,
I got my little grandbabies yesterday, and I had my little green headband on, and I gave them each one. They're like, "Oh, what are we doing?"
That's
so
funny.
we got home, and everything was green. But they are so smart and saw the container out.
That sounds like you. I was waiting for it.
What's the container? Like a container full of stuff? Or?
The greenness. What makes everything green?
Oh. Oh.
Of course, like laying out. Because I'm like, oh, the leprechaun turned everything green. They're like, oh, I don't think so.
Good morning, Deborah. Deborah, your order hasn't shipped yet. We're waiting on Irish cream. So as soon as we have that, your order will ship. Apologies for the delay.
I think we might have enough coffee to last you.
Yes, it's coming soon though. I know we usually ship everything right away, and there's just a few delays. Logan's been working on the roaster for a couple of days, and maybe
it's been an issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, then the children insisted that my husband dress up like a leprechaun.
Oh, and he has a leprechaun outfit.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
sure
oh, he definitely has a leprechaun outfit.
Yeah.
And then we had to like play hide and seek with the leprechaun. It was
Wait, why'd you have them yesterday?
She has on Tuesday.
I have them on Tuesday.
I thought it was Thursday.
I did, but Estelle has gymnastics now on Thursdays. So
that makes more sense.
And I missed 2 weeks because I was out of town, and I can't remember the week before. And Estelle's like, yeah, I was sobbing. I was crying. I missed you so much.
She's so dramatic.
I love it.
I do too. They're good kids.
Yeah, the roaster has been troublesome. I went out, and Logan and Dom are like, it's like they're underneath a car, but they're just like covered.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
Covered in coffee grounds.
It was not fun. No, there's that gearbox underneath of it. It's probably like 250 pounds, and you're like on your back, crammed in this area, trying to lift this gearbox out from under it.
That's like bench pressing 250 pounds, which I for a fact
it's not because you're over your head. It's this, so you're like just using that.
That's a skull crusher. I also can't do that more than 8 pounds.
Yeah, Dom's like, can you hand me the fan? I'm like, a fan? He's like, yeah. You need a fan. Was it just hot out there? You're trying to blow something out.
Dom, anywhere that he has to have a fan pointing at him.
Yeah, he runs hot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it blew something in I'm lifting up this gearbox, and this fan is blowing coffee grounds into my eyes, and I can't even see, and I'm trying to get this thing out.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That does not sound OSHA approved.
Deborah says she has 37 bags of coffee.
We did everything very
safe.
safe.
You have 37 bags. Well, you can have a different bag every day of the month.
And then some.
A whole bag.
Yeah. We expect you to drink all of that in one day. Thank you very much. It's funny. Mom, like down to the dredges. I need some more La Manita, but I think you've got to roast that for me. I think we're out of La Manita right now.
No.
Roast it? Somebody else gonna roast it?
You don't get any. I didn't
Sounds
know we
about
were
right.
out of it. I thought
Oh,
we
we
roasted
should
it.
do for the Lamanita thing. We should do one last because I want to send stuff to them and the money that we've collected.
Yeah.
So maybe do one last Facebook to buy stuff for them,
Yeah.
and we'll wait like a week
Yep,
and
sounds
then
good. Okay. we'll do
and
that.
then get their stuff to them
And-
because when is play? I mean,
Right now,
Right
it's all
now.
picking season. Yeah.
it's picking season.
Well, we're actually a little bit beyond picking season.
Well, for sorting.
Yeah. Yeah. All of that.
No, most of it should be in port by now.
Yeah.
It should just be getting into port.
I collect your coffee. It's
Yeah.
a good thing to collect. It's kind of hard not to. There's so many different good kinds, and then when we do all the special ones, it's
Yeah, every
Yeah.
month you have 4 more limited editions you have to
I
collect.
Yeah.
know.
Which, speaking of which, if you order our full-size K-Cup subscription, so, obviously we have our subscription boxes, which we'll be tasting those coffees next week.
Mhm.
You can get them in the 12-count pods. You can get them in the 2.5-ounce bags. But then they're also available in full sizes, so 12-ounce bags
Mhm.
and 4 boxes of K-Cups. If you got the pods, our boxes got stuck in port. So you're going to get a different box with a sticker on it. And we apologize. That's not,
Yeah,
how
so
we love
our
it.
blank boxes that we used to put the pretty special sticker on for that month are in the UK,
Yeah.
and there's no guarantee about when we're getting them. So
Yeah.
we just looked at our stock, and we had a lot of French vanilla or something.
So
So
macadamia, I think.
yeah, so we're using those so that we can get those to the new design. So it's a bummer,
yeah.
but they're cute. I
Yeah.
mean, it's fine.
The coffee inside is still the coffee that's
Yeah.
inside. So
Yeah,
that's
there's
good.
that's not the coffee
Maybe.
inside.
It
Don't
is.
even
Maybe.
say
Yeah.
that
No.
because people will ask.
Oh my gosh. Yes, please don't. I'm drinking one of the coffees from this month.
I
right
am
now.
too. This is good. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Is it
Oh,
too soon
we're
to say
not-
what it is?
I don't know. I don't think we're supposed to say. I
Yeah.
know my mom just got her box yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I think most people got their boxes. I packed them up.
yeah, pivot
Yeah.
for sure.
That's what we always do.
It's well, and we I think about it. It's like we're such a small manufacturer that big manufacturers with the customs and things, if
Yeah.
stuff gets delayed.
Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
they're already like ordering everything in for next year,
Yeah.
Like
And
we
have
don't
the
get to
storage space
operate.
for it.
Yeah.
We have about 45,000 square feet, and that includes roasting, side
Everything.
and our storage,
Oh, you're
distribution
so
side.
okay.
So
Well, I just talked to
Yeah.
our cardboard person because we're going to lunch next week, and yeah, he said it's going up in May. Just,
cardboard's going up, coffee's
Mhm.
going up.
but I mean, sometimes it hurts in the short term, so
Yeah, for
we'll
sure.
see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, don't count, Bill. Just keep buying. Don't worry about how many you have.
I'm afraid to count. I don't
Yeah.
count my
Count.
shoes either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's some things in life you just don't need the answers to.
it's okay to be a collector, right?
It's these one shoes I get. I don't even wear them. They're like vintage shoes, but I just
The
think they're
Becca
cool.
ones?
Sabeka, yeah. They're just. I mean, I do wear some of them, but some of them shoes get fragile as they get older.
Yeah.
Like I bought a pair that I really loved, and I wore them in the glue.
Yeah.
Like they came undone.
Yeah, if you don't
They get
wear
dry
them,
rot.
if you don't wear them, they
Yeah.
break.
I took them to, or I had my husband take them to the cobbler, and he did fix them. The cobbler.
Gosh, a cobbler, isn't that funny? Like who would like? It just seems like
It's
it was
a
like a
dying
job.
art.
Yeah, it was a job that was like all around years ago, and now like finding a cobbler is really, really
Oh, it's
hard.
so hard because one of the
know?
guys retired. There's only 2 guys.
What are other jobs like that? Like blacksmithing? Do we still have blacksmiths?
Boilermakers.
Masons,
Yeah,
brick
yeah.
masons.
People who can fix boilers.
Yeah.
I have a boiler in my house, and everybody who comes to fix it is like legit 95 years old, and I have to help them down my basement stairs. Like, sir, please don't die here today.
Well,
you need a wheelchair lift.
imagine-
To
I
get
don't need
down.
any ghosts.
Imagine all of like the big warehouses and stuff that were ran on like coal boilers and stuff that they still
gosh.
use.
Yeah.
Like people don't know how to fix those.
No, crazy.
I just watched a thing that Elon. They were asking him like what he predicts in like 10 years.
Oh, robots, right?
Robots,
Yeah.
like billions of robots, and
Guys, Skynet's coming.
self-propelled vehicles. He thinks 50% in 5 years will be self whatever.
Driving.
Really?
Yeah, self-driving.
That's crazy.
And what else did he say? Oh, and whoever wins the AI war is going to have a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's scary. I mean, to me, it's
So
cool.
they-
It's also kind of scary.
They asked him, so what about robots like taking over like all the movies? He said it's 10 to 20% possibility.
Sir, I don't like those odds.
That's
he's
so
like,
dramatic.
he's like, you've got to like have a glass half full. It's 80
That's
to
so
90%.
dramatic.
We're gonna be fine.
What do you think, Logan? Not going to happen? No Skynet here?
I'm
Never
not
know.
worried. I'll be dead by the time any of that stuff happens. I don't care.
I don't know. It's coming. It's coming.
I don't
Speaking
care.
of Elon, did you see if the astronauts came home
I'm
yesterday?
so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys,
that's
I would be
wonderful.
claustrophobic. If you put me, I think it was 283 days in space, I would be losing my ever-loving
Talking
mind.
about losing mind.
That's
What
you
about the
would
Alaska
you would
thing?
never be able to go to space. You would not pass the psych evaluation. Like there's
The
no
psych
way. There
evaluation?
was
True.
no way.
You barely can get on an
Step one
airplane.
is like take this test, and they'd be like, no.
Okay, first of all, you're 100% right, so I'm not mad about
Have
this.
you taken Xanax today? Yes or no? Okay, you're out of here.
How's your anxiety? Okay, no.
Do
Not
you like
happy.
crowds? Do you like?
I don't like crowds, and there's no crowds in space, so that's good. I am terrified of heights and terrified of space.
Yeah,
So
but
also not going to space.
That's like I'd never do Survivor. I'm like, well, I live in this age. I don't want to go back to like those kind of where I have to hunt for my food
You would starve.
and be cold.
Yeah,
I
no.
can't
I'd be tapping out like right
Yeah,
I
away.
like-
can't even imagine you sleeping in a tent ever in your life. I don't think it's ever happened.
It has happened.
Glamping.
I did
I don't
sleep in
believe
a
that.
tent.
She's talking about glamping.
No, I
Did you have an
sleep in
air
a tent.
mattress?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. See, no, you did not.
I was like 8 months pregnant.
Never.
I was like,
It
Kevin,
doesn't
please go potty with me in the middle of the night. Well, you guys talking about that though. In Alaska, did you guys hear about this? In Alaska, these people have to be stranded there for like 9 to 12 months in this isolation thing, and somebody like raged out.
It's Antarctica.
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 He
And they
raged
can't get them
out.
out.
He raged
Yeah.
out, and I think they got him out now.
Did they? Because what I read the other
They-
day was that it's not passable to get to, and they
He has
complained
apologized and shown remorse for his actions, but he assaulted somebody,
Yes.
and people are like, "I'm afraid for my." Can you imagine it? That's like every
No.
horror movie you
Before.
ever
Yeah,
being trapped in this isolated
Yeah.
thing that nobody can get to.
right.
But he had the psych evaluation, and
There's a whole season on True Detective about this. I mean,
it is in Antarctica. That's right.
yeah.
So
Yeah, because they can't get to them. There's like a season where it's not passable to even
Yes.
get there, and you're stranded
Once
there.
you go there, you're there for 9 months.
Yes. Also, would not pass the psych eval for that. 100% no. Would not go.
I think
Yeah.
We're lucky they still let you fly on normal planes, Patti.
I might be on a watch list somewhere. We're not sure.
barely. I went to go to sleep one time. She said, "You can't go to sleep. You can't go to sleep." Okay, it's gonna be okay.
Was this on the flight? I can't remember. I'm a
It was
little
one
better
of the
now.
first times.
I'm a
You're
little better
way
now.
better now.
I don't sleep on planes though, and I'd like to. Like,
That's
sometimes
all
I'm
I
really
do.
Tired.
You're
No,
not supposed
I'm
to
too
sleep
afraid.
during landing or takeoff. You have to be vigilant because you have less than 5 minutes, well, like 2 minutes to get out safely. So you should be vigilant.
Well, the way planes are now, you guys.
I know. I don't know what's going
No.
on.
My kid was flying last week, and I the whole time just watching the flight tracker. Watching wind currents.
That's psychotic.
I
It's
took
You
not
need to
psychotic.
relax. That's
I took
psychotic.
3 flights last week.
He's
It
an
was
adult,
fine.
but I
To
still
be
watch.
fair, my mom used to split us up on flights. Like all the kids would be on different flights, so that if at least one of us would survive, you could lose a couple planes and we'd still be around.
She's like, which one is most likely to go on, and which ones are my favorite kids?
Yeah, she's putting the bad ones
Yeah.
together. She's like, all right, you guys fly
guys
these
go."
Delta Boeing flights.
Yeah,
Up
when
everyone
None of us
else.
are on the Airbus.
Yeah.
When we say we don't have favorites, who is flying?
Who was on the Airbus?
Oh, but what they said was they're like the memes that are going around, like, I don't care what you say about Spirit, they never crash. And there was a meme where they're like, Spirit, don't take off, and he's like, I'm still going.
They're
We
going
got-
to Vegas, and he's like, "You can't take off. You can't take off. There's a tornado or something." And he goes, "You can't ground me. I'm already in the air."
They're like, Spirit 987, where you going? He says Orlando.
I think it's Vegas. He's like, "We're off to Vegas." So
We're doing it.
when I saw
So really
it,
are
it was so
related.
funny. so funny.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, flying right now is an interesting thing. Not my favorite.
it is. It seems like we sure are hearing a lot
We
about
are.
flights.
We are. And we were talking about going to Hawaii next year for our 50th year convention. And we're just like, gosh, the travel to get there is intense.
So
Obviously,
worth
you
it.
guys are going there later this year for Houston's wedding.
Right.
But, you know, as much as I don't love air traffic flies, did I say next year on plane before? We got close.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
Yeah.
okay, right?
I don't know. We took a bunch of pills and we're like, "Ah." No, I'm
And
just
then I
kidding.
raged out,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding. She took a couple shots of whiskey and put some in her mouth. And I don't know what happened.
You did the first one. You took like too many pills, and you were like a zombie.
Okay, this
Trying
is
to get
before
you
I
through
got
it.
Xanax prescribed for me for flying. I took Dramamine, and it was on a 20-minute flight because, like, from Flint to Chicago, it's legitimately it's like a 20-minute flight. And the Dramamine, I didn't know really is in you for a while. And we went right from the airport to a trade show, which is like walking from booth to booth to booth. And I swear, like, my knuckles were dragging on the ground. I'm just following Laurie around, like drooling on the side of my mouth, catatonic, ready to go to bed. Like, that wasn't fun. And you're like, you could never do that again.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I had to take it at work one day because I had vertigo. And I'm
Oh,
sitting in
yeah.
a chair in Britain's office, just like giggling and stuff. She's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I took Dramamine."
I take the
I'm
ginger
not
one. The
sleeping.
ginger one is good. It's natural and good. But they've got this new product, which I'm tempted to try it for Scotland. It's called Jet Lag,
Okay.
and it's like a program that tells you like drink this at this time. Like it does your whole flight. It's like
Yeah.
sleep from this time. Put these sleep things on so you simulate darkness.
Really?
Take this medicine, and they swear that when you get there, you're not jet lagged.
Really?
And I'm like, I want to hit the ground running in
Yeah.
Scotland, and it's quite long flight. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be worth $100.
I would try it. Well, and I had gotten those earplugs that are meant especially for flying,
Yeah.
right? And then
Mhm.
it's like, okay, now you're safe to do it. Now you're not. I want you to do that when you fly next so you don't get vertigo again, because the vertigo is all about
The
your ears.
Afrin helps a ton. If you
I got Dramamine and Jack Daniels. It'll be all right.
Guys, we're just making ourselves sound like a bunch of alcoholic pill poppers.
That's
on
the
this.
only thing that helped last time.
It is true.
Yeah.
You start drinking, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Well, when we landed in Key West, that vertigo hit me
Oh,
bad.
man.
Yeah.
That wasn't fun.
On the
Or
side
Miami.
of the bed, weren't you trying
And
to
then to have to
get
drive like
crystals?
an hour and a half.
3 hours. We drove 3
Was
hours
it
from
3
Miami
hours?
to Key West.
I don't know
3 hour
how I
drive.
didn't just get
You-
real sick.
You sat in the front and played your music, so it's just like, okay, maybe he's gonna get by. I don't know. I was just like, I'm not sure how he's gonna do. Oh, we stopped and got a drink on the way down too, so that kind of
Oh
helped.
yeah, there we go. I don't know. We figured it out that
We
day. though.
figured it
That's all
out,
I
yeah.
need.
I still miss that deep fried key lime pie.
What about those
Oh, yeah.
chicken
That was
wings?
so good. Those
Yeah.
chicken wings were so good.
Yeah.
How about that stupid food tour we did where the
Oh,
guy fed us like so little food?
yeah, I've
He'd
never
be like,
left the
here's
food
an
tour
order
hungry.
of 5 chicken wings. You guys each get one.
He gave us a bagel to share amongst 5 of us, and we're
And
like,
a coffee
bagel?
to share.
Yeah, like we're like we're a
And
coffee
he
company.
ate and drank too.
Yes, yeah.
I did get half our money back or
Yeah.
something because that
I've
was
never left
ridiculous.
the food tour hungry.
Yeah,
before.
we had to go eat, but
Yeah.
those chicken wings were great.
It
So
was
we went
so
and got
good.
those chicken wings.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys didn't eat an entire thing. You guys didn't eat the tuna nachos.
I tried some, but it was raw tuna.
I ate the
Yeah, it was
nacho
so
part, but
good.
not the tuna part.
It was so good.
You ate so much raw tuna.
I
on
ate
that
all.
trip.
I was full. I ate it all. I ate a ton of raw
You
tuna.
did.
This is
You
my
know.
favorite food. It's so
that
good.
was fun. What a funny trip though. That we started out with Patti and I for our 40th birthday. We were gonna
Oh.
go, and then Logan's in our office going, "Can I go?"
No, I didn't
No.
say anything.
I actually think I said it because it was on your
You were
birthday.
It
booking
was on your
flights,
actual
yeah.
birthday,
And I was like, oh my gosh, it's your birthday. You should come. And you're like, okay.
and I'm like, "Well, I guess if we can all stay one room, whatever."
Yeah.
And it's like you're like brother and sister. So,
Yeah.
and then Branson found out, and he's like,
2
well,
weeks
why
before.
am I not going? I'm like, oh my gosh, you can come.
Yeah, it was a really fun trip.
It was.
We were talking about it today because we were talking about how he took care of us and brought
In
us
the
That's
pool.
what she said. She can't drink, and I was like,
Yeah.
"No, you're good as long as I'm controlling the alcohol intake. We
Logan
can drink
was
all day."
awesome,
Yeah.
except for when you wanted to go play cars with a little boy, and we're like, no, Patti,
Oh,
you cannot go over there.
It was those army men on
Stay
the
over
side
here.
of the pool.
I forget that an adult playing with
And what about the
child seems creepy.
iguanas? The
Oh yeah.
bearded, like huge
Well,
iguanas.
Branson was feeding them secretly and got them all to come over.
Yeah, that's remember the lady came and yelled at him
I
for
didn't
feeding
know.
the
Oh, I
iguana.
didn't know he was
Yeah.
feeding them.
Yeah,
To
that's why they
freak us
were over
out.
there.
And what's scary is remember we found out we wanted to go in the hot tub, but they lived in the tree above the hot tub, and they would just like jump down from the tree. And
They
it
were
was, like,
big. Like there was a daddy one that
giant.
was huge.
Giant.
They look like alligator size.
Yeah, and every time they came near, I was just like, not today. Not
Yeah,
today.
France was saving everybody because
Yeah.
all
the women were
freaking
Well,
freaking
it
out.
was his fault.
Yeah.
It was
had to
his
make up
I
for it.
heard though that who just told me this, that Buffett loves iguanas or something, so that he puts them in
Jimmy
his
Buffett.
Oh,
hotels
really?
and by his pools or something.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know
we were
if
at
it's true or not.
Margaritaville was where we stayed. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I have heard, because I know we're talking about for our 50th anniversary, Puerto Rico or Jamaica. Puerto Rico, I think they have just like straight iguanas everywhere, like everywhere.
I've never seen a bunch of them.
We should go on an iguana hunting
We
trip
should
in Puerto
not.
Rico.
Oh, but you've got to find all colors, the bearded one.
No. I mean, you take them out.
Oh,
You
oh.
go
Is that
on.
allowed or
I was
protected?
thinking,
In
like,
Florida, you don't need a license or anything. You can just go wherever.
I was thinking,
Shoot
like,
as
boa
many-
constrictors, right?
no iguanas.
Oh,
You
I was
just
thinking a
take
scavenger
as
hunt.
many-
Yeah.
Oh, sound good.
Did you get some, Belle? Did you have some?
That's how we were drinking
Yeah.
today. One of them.
I thought we were
So
insane.
good. We are not.
We're going to try them next week, but we're not going to talk about the flavors yet,
Oh,
just because some of the
The
boxes are still
flavors,
going.
It's like I think Deborah said hers is coming today.
Yeah, so we don't want to give away any surprises. Yet.
But
Yeah,
no, we had so much fun in Key West.
we did. We did. We went to what, drag queen show?
Bingo.
No, it wasn't bingo.
Oh,
it was
no,
just
not
a
bingo.
show.
Yeah,
We-
it was Logan's 30th, right? I think it was your 30th.
How old are you right now?
oh,
32?
32.
I
So
think
maybe-
it was legit 30 and you're
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it was worked out good. And
Yeah.
of course I was 50 again. Just stalled there.
Well, and we all like history a lot, so we did a lot of history
oh,
stuff.
that was
which
the little
fun.
White House in the pirate shipwreck museum.
Yeah.
I had no idea all those coins that they
Yeah.
did and how
Shipwrecking was a business,
for sure,
right?
That's how
Yeah.
Yeah.
but how deadly or dangerous it was because they
Yeah.
just put on those big stupid metal things and just like dove down.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like,
I mean, and then sold them their
yeah.
shipwreck back for like 3 times.
yeah.
The amount.
Who was it on the island who made a lot of money that way? Somebody famous. It wasn't Hemingway. It was somebody else who made like his fortune on that. It was the guy who owned Hemingway's house before he owned it.
Oh,
Do you remember who it was?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was
I
crazy.
missed that part.
Okay,
And
so
then-
Patti didn't hear the flavors yet either. So we'll keep it a secret.
Yeah.
But you'll start seeing it on our social very, very soon. As people
But
start
it is
posting
cute.
about it.
I hope everybody loves it. It's a cute box.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
And we haven't announced next month's flavors yet, or theme yet. So
What date is it? June?
April. I know.
I
Going
know.
by
Time is
fast.
going so quick.
I
I
know.
can't even.
I know. It's kind of just insane, actually.
No, Fisher? Oh,
Maybe
that's
it's
who
a
it
guy.
was. That's who the guy was
Oh.
Hemingway who owned the house and
Is
made
it?
a lot of money. I don't know. That's what
Yeah.
Deborah said. I think she's a Google.
Hey, we need a
We
Googler while
we
we're.
love it. We love fact
Yeah,
checking.
we need it.
Oh, because I wrote on the last when we talked to the fluffy white dog, I was trying to remember was
Yeah.
Shaggy DA, which you guys are probably too young for. But
I don't
Shaggy
remember.
DA was such. It was like a dog detective. I don't know, and he was this big, huge, fluffy dog.
No, no idea.
You guys don't know who the Shaggy DA is?
No,
That's so sad.
I know. We're gonna have to Google that. I do not. I've never heard of that dog. Lassie, I
Oh,
can
you-
do. You've heard of
A
Lassie,
lot of
right?
things
You
before
missed
my
the
time I found out are
subscription,
not
yeah.
worth Googling.
Yeah, Land of the Lost,
Yeah.
which
Need
I
a bit of
love.
nostalgia
I
there.
went and looked at it, and I'm like, oh, this is so silly.
I
Yeah,
love the
you
things.
need
Land
that-
of the Lost.
You need that bit of nostalgia to make it good. Otherwise, it's like, what were
Well,
we
like
doing?
I
What is
even
it?
like as an adult try to go back to like see shows that I missed during my time period,
Oh,
right?
I'm glad
Yeah.
someone knows Shaggy
Oh,
DA.
nice. And like they're almost like hard to watch. Like I never watched like 90210, right? Beverly Hills 90210 because I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of the shows.
Mhm.
So I tried to like go back and watch it, and I was just like, I'm bored. I can't get on with this. Like
We tried to do
Yeah.
that with the old Star Wars. And it
Yeah.
was just like, I think we all fell asleep.
Star Wars or Star Trek.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay, yeah.
Well,
And
isn't
I
it
like
crazy?
Star Wars. Like I thought it was the coolest thing when I was a
So
kid.
now our attention spans are so different. Like if
Yeah.
stuff isn't happening all the time, like you can't even.
Yeah.
That's why I know a lot of parents are like not letting their kids watch new shows.
Yeah.
And they're watching shows from the 80s
Really?
because like they're so much more calm and like you have to pay
Really? I
attention
didn't know
that like it affects their mind differently.
Because how many times are you watching a
that's
show and you're
interesting.
scrolling on your phone at the same time, and then you look
Yeah.
up and said, "I have no idea what just happened. I need to
Yeah.
pay attention to the freaking show."
Like nothing
You
is
know?
that important. You're not actually
Well,
paying
they're
attention.
probably a lot more nostalgic
Yeah.
and the messaging, like family and
Yeah.
you know some of the older shows.
Well, it's just
too,
like
I
the
would
colors and vibrancy and noises. Everything's so different.
Well, I watched a thing that said too, like to make a video that people watch, you're supposed to like change your camera angle constantly. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, that's kind of insane. But you're right, you are more engaged. But not.
It drives me. I don't know. It makes me a little. Oh, it
Yeah.
makes me feel a little sick when
But-
people.
But then I'm gonna say I
Do
probably
it.
also have an issue with attention. But also, I was trying to read a 19-page contract, and I'd read a paragraph and then like, okay, I can't do this anymore. It took me 2
yeah,
weeks.
people's attention spans are horrible
Oh.
nowadays.
Well, I
Yeah.
find personally for myself, and I'm like a different generation than you guys too. But it's like if I've got a minute in a line or whatever, I'm like on my phone looking at
Yeah.
something or. And if you realize it when you don't have your phone and you're like, what am I gonna do?
I'm bored.
Like, what am I gonna do? Sit
Yeah.
here and think?
Yeah. Well, so like coming in here, I'm like, okay, you need to plug your phone because we're going to a food show after this. Make sure your phone's fully
whoa,
charged.
whoa, who's going to a food show?
Well, we're
What's a
Bill
food
and I.
show?
Do you want to come?
What's this about? What is this food
Have
show?
you
You
ever been to a
literally
food
just
show?
go
No.
sample food.
So it's a Gordon's food show, and every booth has got different food at it, and you go around to each booth and you sample food. So like
Oh, I
there'll
should have eaten
be
breakfast today.
there'll be a bakery vendor, there'll be chicken
Where is
wings.
this at?
We're going down to Novi.
To the expo center.
Yeah. You want to come?
I'm on a diet. I don't need
I
to
mean,
eat like
I
that.
too am on
I
a
would
diet,
eat
but
like that,
when it's
but I don't
working
need-
calories, it doesn't count. And we walk a lot. It is a lot of
Yeah,
walking.
we're burning the calories
Yeah.
as we eat
The
them.
cake boss is there today,
Well,
by the way.
we when we share.
Yeah, we
food.
do. Yeah.
So just little
Yeah.
bite-sized.
And
foods.
sometimes you look at something and
It
you
barely
know it's
counts.
not worth your calories. You're like, no, thank you.
How was that mac and cheese yesterday?
The one I made?
Talking about it. Oh, you made it.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was like.
yeah, I made it. Yeah, because it's
It
was
just seems so heavy.
it was heavy, and I couldn't eat the whole serving because the sauce has got cottage cheese in it, and that's how you get extra protein in it. It's good. You blend it up, and it was buffalo mac and cheese. So the pasta was protein pasta, and then the sauce had cheese and cottage cheese in it. But you blend it up so it's a smooth cheese, but it was like really thick. And then you add chicken to it.
I
So it
thought,
was-
oh, I saw that dish, and I'm like, if you put that in your stomach, it's just gonna be like. bleh.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, that is
but,
not a lunchtime.
but the
at
whole
work
point of
meal.
it is trying to get more protein in, so you're full and you're not snacking.
Without any meat.
But no, there was meat in it. I had chicken.
Oh,
in it
there's
Just
too.
meat.
all you need
Okay.
is you go buy 1 pound of ground beef and you cook it, and you take a spoon and you eat it.
That sounds disgusting.
That's enough protein. Just eat ground beef.
That's disgusting.
Well, put breadcrumbs in it, called meatloaf. That's better.
Just grab
throw
some
ketchup on it.
tortillas and hot sauce and throw. That's good enough.
No,
you get
sir.
plenty of protein.
No, sir. Mm-mm.
I know everything. When my nutrition person was like, "Yeah, more protein," and then everything she said, I'm like, I don't like that. I would rather not eat than
Yeah.
eat the things that you suggest.
Oh, it's so hard too because my Facebook feed now that I'm like really trying to get healthy, right? Is and I have a nutritionist that my insurance company gave me because they said I've gotten too fat. So they're like, here's a nutritionist on a scale. Weigh yourself daily. But my whole Facebook feed is full with, do this, do this, do this, and I'm just like, I'm doing
It's overwhelming. I tell you,
Yeah.
going through menopause and stuff, it's just like,
Awful.
do this, don't do this, do this. Oh no,
Awful.
that's bad for you. And it's like, even my doctors I have 3 different doctors that all of them say something different.
Right.
I have no idea.
Then they're
I'm
like,
so confused.
yeah, they're like, you're supposed to get 3 liters of water a day, okay? If I drink 3 liters of water a day, I can't sleep at night because I'm up all night going to the bathroom. But the whole important thing is that you have to
I
get
just
8 hours of
slurped in my
sleep.
thing.
You've got to get
Sorry.
8 hours of sleep. If you don't get 8 hours of sleep, then you're not going to lose weight either. So I don't know how to hack it, guys.
But the biggest thing is if you don't reduce stress.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what?
I don't know how to
Yeah.
do that.
I love when they're like, you should meditate and you should reduce your stress. I'm like, how do you do that exactly? Tell me more about reducing my stress. Did I win the lottery?
I mean, that's reduces your stress for like
I don't
10
know.
minutes.
Yeah.
then you go and you've got 5 projects you need to be working on.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and even if you were, mega rich, you probably were figuring out how to balance your money to not lose your money. I don't know.
No, they pay people for it.
I don't know.
Not spending all your money.
Well, because I mean, I do think about that sometimes, like celebrities and stuff. It's like their business is to look good.
Yeah.
So, but what horrible pressure that is. Like
Yeah.
you get a bad camera angle and then people just blast
and
you
you gain a little bit of
everywhere.
weight, or
Yeah.
you age, which God forbid we age.
I have a solution. Just be a guy. Then you won't care about any of this. It's real easy.
That's true. Being a
Just
guy
be
is way easier. Although
don't
when
care.
we were talking to Will, it's not that easy. Like
Yeah.
guys still are.
Yeah.
Like there was, to your kind of points that you made before, it's like there was this like decent looking girl, and she's just like, I just think 95% of guys are unattractive. I just don't find any of them attractive, and they're just all like seriously, you're not like a top model.
Yeah.
Like it is, it's kind of skewed how
Yeah.
decently attractive people think that they are.
Yeah.
6 feet tall, 6 figures.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Looking
That's
for
the
a guy in
5%.
6'3" finance.
when how just warped that's the only thing you're gonna look at
Yeah.
is physical look.
Well, and I feel like social media has done that to us too, right? Like,
But,
you know,
yeah, probably so you'll look good in
Yeah.
an Instagram post
Yeah.
together or something.
yeah, we see these
Something
girls who
crazy.
like get to stay at home because their husband makes 6 figures and they're gorgeous and they get to just do crafts all day. It's like, yeah, that's not reality.
Yeah.
Not reality.
I don't know.
The kids have the nanny, so I went to the gym. I'm like, congrats. I haven't slept in 3 days.
Well, and I think that's wonderful that people are able to, by invest of doing whatever, that they're
Absolutely.
able to have those
Yeah.
lifestyles.
But
But
90%
you
of us
can't
don't have
be
that.
you can't be deluded enough to think that that's a normal
Yeah.
person's lifestyle, I
Yeah.
guess.
Like if we both wanted to not work, right? Like that would be really hard income wise, you know?
So you probably wouldn't have 2 cars. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You want,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just gonna move out in the middle of the woods in a cabin. I think that's the proper solution.
Live your
Did
life
that
in
one
the
guy who
cabin.
was Amish? He was looking for a
I'll
wife
just
or
have
something. He ran
dogs.
around barefoot and was always like wild Amish man, and he was barefoot and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I need a wife," and I don't know.
Who's gonna live in the woods with you, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Logan's fine with his dog living in the woods with him, so
I'm chilling. I'm good.
really is such a good boy though too.
Oh,
I
sleep,
know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is sleep? And that's the fun thing too. My health coach sent me like 30 articles on sleep, and it was all
You guys, I did
different
though.
stuff.
I got a hatch, like a
Oh,
sleep
yeah.
thing, like 2 years ago. I asked for it.
What is that again?
It's like it helps you wake up, so
Okay.
it's a more natural way to go to sleep and wake up. And
Does it like have light?
and Sedona helped me set it up.
Yeah.
So this morning I was like, I like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, the sun's up. Like in my mind, I'm like, the sun's up. It's morning time, and I look over, my little thing is yellow, but it did simulate to me
Yeah.
because all of a sudden a dark room went to this that it was morning, and I felt instantly awake. And then I looked at my
Interesting.
clock and it was 7 a.m. It's time I
Oh.
had to get up.
Yeah.
But then Sedona had programmed it for the obnoxious personal trainer mode. So he's
no.
like, get up, you lazy bones. I've already run 5
Absolutely
miles and
not.
had a cheer shake. And
No.
you just need to roll over. Or
Nobody
something.
needs to start their day on that
It
kind
was
of negativity.
hilarious. I just
Yeah.
laughed so hard. There's some funny ones,
Absolutely.
but then there's some gentle music and stuff. But there might be something to it because that
Yeah.
yellow light, I
The
was like,
circadian rhythm.
it was like, oh, I feel like it's morning.
Well, do you remember when we were in Mirabelle? That was one of the things they said that we were supposed to do to hack our metabolism. In the morning, you're supposed to go outside with the sunshine and put your feet in the
On
ground.
the ground.
So you can ground yourself with nature and rise with the sun, which I have not done one day in my life.
Honestly, if you do get up and go right outside and like go on like a short walk, even
Yeah.
it does wake you up really well. Like
Yeah.
when I go camping or hiking or
Yeah.
anything, like walking in the morning, you can walk for like 4 hours straight. It just feels good the whole time you're doing it.
When I was younger, sometimes I would go watch the
Sometimes
sun.
it
Like I'd set my alarm and I'd go watch the sunrise
Mhm.
over the lake in high school.
Nice.
And it was very
Peaceful.
restful and
Yeah.
beautiful.
Nice.
I think there is something like if you're not in nature,
Yeah.
That it really does.
Yeah.
I can see where it could help you. I don't know that I'm gonna do it, but I
It's
can
hard
see
to
where it
wake
could
up
get
that
you.
early. I'm already up at 6 in the
I
morning.
did yoga for a while in the morning, just 10 minutes of just stretching yoga, and that was really nice. A nice way to start my day.
It took me 3 yells to wake my son up this morning, so I was not in the sunshine this morning. I'm like, Wayne, wake up!
Yeah.
It's not part of my routine today.
I don't even, I just figure if my daughter's late for school, she's late. I'm not late.
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I've got a 10-minute cushion before I can get to work on time. So
What drives me crazy about my son is when I'm driving him to school in the morning or when I get home, he is telling me math problems. Like yesterday, he was trying to explain, and he tried to explain it to me, and I keep calling him, son, that ship has sailed for mama. We are not doing the math. And he's like, Mom, it's really easy. These, variables, and you just, and it's like, stop, please stop, please stop. I texted my husband yesterday. He was working late. I said, can you please come home? He won't stop mathing to me. I can't do this anymore.
So at this
Just
point,
give him
he's
Branson's
just doing it
phone
to
number.
annoy you.
Just give him Branson's phone number so he can text Branson all
Yeah,
day.
He knows how to get how to annoy
How
you.
does someone whose math skills are this get a son with math skills like this? I don't get it. I'm just
I-
like, please
I
stop.
remember doing those
Autism.
equations. I'm like
Autism there.
doing the equations, and I was like, okay, you just do this, this, and this, and that's how you get X or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you get it? And you're like,
Nope.
no, I have no idea. what you just
And
did.
the thing is as soon as we start mathing, my brain is done. We're not mathing.
Well,
I
they
don't wanna
teach math in a weird way that makes zero sense
Yeah.
now too.
Well, I was probably in the old school way where they did teach it properly, but I still don't want to math. I don't want to math with anybody
Yeah.
ever again. I would rather just, Laurie, could you just do the algebra on this, please?
Yeah.
Well, now you just ask ChatGTP whatever.
Absolutely.
You take
That's
a
a good
picture, like,
idea.
hey, do this for me.
Yeah. And going back to our AI conversation, the robots know.
Oh, it is crazy. I love it though. It's so easy.
It's super helpful. I use AI every single day.
Well, and we sent our thing to a lawyer because we had to write this policy, and I'm like, okay, write an HR policy, and I put everything in that we wanted in the
Yeah.
policy, and it wrote a beautiful policy.
Yeah.
And we sent it to a lawyer, and he just added like 2 legalese stuff.
Yeah.
So it did like 90% of it.
Every time I have to read a contract, I think about these poor dear lawyers who have to read contract law and just their attention span. Like as I was reading that contract yesterday and just going,
And one word can make the difference.
Yes.
One word can
Yes.
save you or cost you.
yes. And I had to go back and read something and I highlighted a couple things for you to look at, but it's just like, oh my gosh, kill me now.
Well, one of my friends who's such a smart businessman, he wrote a contract and then he gave it to his lawyer and said, try to sue me.
And
He made some changes.
Okay.
But I'm like, well, that's smart.
yeah,
Hire a lawyer for the opposite side, not
Yeah.
your side.
absolutely. I don't think that there's very few contracts that we've ever signed outright. We usually always have. Our register vendor, he finally said to me, he says, I have done all I can. I will do no
He did.
more. And I'm like, all right, I guess that's fine.
I know. Took me
After the
forever to write
19th
lease.
review,
And they're like,
yeah.
no, I mean, it's fine. We've already agreed. We'd never do that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I mean, you could go away and the new person's going to file the contract. It's all we have is this contract.
Yeah.
So we can have as many, but every contract is like, there's no verbal
Yeah.
thing added
Verbal
to this.
doesn't mean anything
So,
in a contract.
The contract has to be the contract.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, a
We've never
verbal
sued them.
contract is still a contract.
No,
you
on
have
most
proof of
contracts
it.
say
Yeah.
there's nothing, there's no additional. This is the contract.
Yeah.
There's been no verbal whatever.
Yeah. You might have an email that says that they said, ABC, but
Yeah, but still, when you sign a contract, if it postdates that conversation, then
Well,
it
we
says
did
it
have a lot
doesn't
of
matter.
conversations with different vendors where they said ABC, but when the contract comes out, it says something different. And you said, hey, what about ABC? They're like, oh, well,
Oh, we're gonna. Of course, that's just the way we do
it's
business.
implied.
No,
Put it in the
no,
contract or it's not.
for sure.
And sign it in your blood and offer your firstborn child, please, and I will believe you.
Okay.
Your eyes got real scary.
Okay.
Hey, you're not her firstborn child. Don't worry. You're okay.
No, I need her because I don't want to do her job.
No kidding. No
We
kidding.
do need Britain.
No, poor Britain today. I hope
Oh.
they get it. So it's so frustrating. She keeps adding stuff to Amazon, and then like 15 minutes later, they just delete it again. So it's just this crazy
It is
Yeah, see
crazy.
if there's any products on there.
I saw this morning there were some
And don't
products
order
on.
off Amazon. Order directly from our website.
Yeah.
It's better.
Well, and if you do fulfilled by Amazon, like obviously that's put up in their warehouse, but if we fulfill it, I think it's like an $11 or $12 shipping charge.
Oh yeah,
So,
there's gift sets back up.
Oh, gift sets
Okay.
are back because this morning I only saw coffee and not
Only
gift
two
sets.
12-ounce. So.
Yeah, that's what. There were 2 gift sets and like 3 coffees.
This morning I saw a 48 count Michigan cherry out.
Are those really up?
There's
though?
a couple more.
Or when you add it to cart, it says currently unavailable.
No, those are actually.
Okay.
Crazy.
Poor her.
They keep pulling
I mean,
stuff
it takes a lot for her to. And
Yeah.
I remember being on the
It's
phone
all the
with
FBA
Spirit
stuff.
for like 2 hours, like
Yeah.
2 hours, repeating myself and trying to. And I think at the end of 2 hours, I just burst into tears. I was just so frustrated,
Yeah.
feeling like I'm on this merry-go-round
Yeah.
of whatever.
Well, when you feel like you're not being heard from anybody, right? Like I'm saying it and you're not hearing what I'm saying.
Well,
Where's
there's
the
no
disconnect?
solution. Everybody's
Right.
saying there's no solution. It's like,
Yeah.
There's
So-
always a solution
so
for everything.
how
You
do
just
you
can't make
just-
the choice to
Yeah.
help me.
Or if you don't have
Yes.
permission to give, to
and they
make
go,
it.
we don't
fix
know.
it.
We don't know. It's like, well,
Can you figure out who does know?
but when you're dealing, and that's what I mean, the power of the small business. It's like, I feel like there's so many people getting bought up. Like that scares me. If we only had, say, even only 50 businesses
Bye,
in the
Bill.
world,
Bye,
Bye,
Bill.
Bill.
Take care.
only 50 businesses in the world, I mean, the power those businesses would have over us and
Well-
over the political.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because like so she has an issue with Amazon. No one can figure it out. No one
Yeah.
has answers. If you
Yeah.
called a small business with a problem, they could walk to an office 2 feet away and be like,
figure
"Hey,
it out.
can you figure this out?" And be like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's this," and it'd be
Yeah.
done.
When Amazon's
Yeah.
like, I've got millions of you,
Well,
businesses,
and
you know
also
what I mean?
empowering your employees to make good decisions, right? So
Yeah.
then we don't have to elevate it. This is the policy. We follow the policy. This is what it is.
Yeah, you
So
can't.
that
in an
that makes me
organization
nervous
that big,
about
though.
just everything being bought up and then being bought up by private equity, because it was an interesting theory that private equity has bought so many, like Joann's and all these ones that are going out of business now, and that there is some collective effort
It's getting
to
rid of competition.
close
Yeah,
these
Yikes.
big chains, so they
yeah.
buy them at adjustable rates, interest
Really.
rates, and these businesses are profitable,
Yeah.
but they're still closing them.
Yeah.
And why is that happening?
Right. A
It's
lot of brick
interesting.
and mortars are closing, and they're going to be online. I just heard of another one yesterday. Of another one that was like closing right
There's
away.
Forever 21.
Forever 21.
Yep.
That was the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Joann's, and then there's like Party City closed. Pier 1 closed, but a couple of years ago, and I think they're online only now. But it is just really interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
She just had some theories. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh,
The
that's,
end of the
if
brick
they're
and mortar.
still, you'd think they're not profitable to be closing.
Yeah.
Why would we be closing profitable?
No. And I went
Because
to.
they need growth. They need 10% growth. If they're growing at 3%, it's not profitable at that point.
I went to Joann's as they started their closeout pricing, and it was like, and then I also went to Hobby Lobby, and Michael's the same day, and I was like, no, actually, your prices on sale are more than the others.
And I think
you
some of
just
that
raised your
pricing strategy is crazy.
Yeah,
Like it just gets out of control.
yeah, it wasn't anything. We ended up spending tons of money at the other stores instead because they had what she wanted. So, but we need to get to a food show. So we should sign up.
We are going to go. I hope everybody has a great week and gets your boxes and enjoys them.
Yeah,
And we'll be tasting them next
Yep.
week.
absolutely.
So,
And fingers crossed that Britain can fix Amazon.
yeah. So, everybody have a wonderful day.
Yep, take care. Bye-bye.
I don't know how long it is.
That's good.